Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, you will learn how you can send the data from Microsoft Excel sheet rows to other applications using API by Pabbly Connect. So guys, as you already know, Pabbly Connect is a powerful automation and integration platform which allows you to connect different applications together inside an automation workflow to automate your manual repetitive tasks. So guys, if you want to automate the transfer of data from your Microsoft Excel sheet to any other application, this video is for you, and we are not going to use any coding here in this video. So stay tuned till the end. Let's get started. To set up the workflow, we are using Pabbly Connect, you already know, and this is the landing page of Pabbly, and I'm going to paste the link of this page in the description as well so that you can sign up for free and you will get free automation tasks every month to test and set up your automations. So guys, after signing up, you can sign in and reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. From here, click on this create workflow button. Here you can provide a suitable name to your workflow. So let me give a name here. So here I have given this name. Okay, now let me click on create button and you can see the workflow page is loading up. Okay, and on this page guys, you will find the basic building blocks of our automation, that is the trigger and the action. So guys, trigger is a event which starts the workflow and the action is the automated response of the trigger. So here trigger is saying when this happens, that means when trigger happens, action is going to make Pabbly Connect perform any action. So it is saying do this. Okay, right. So here guys, in our case, we want that as I enter the data here in my Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, the workflow should trigger and send this data to any other application according to my choice. So here in the trigger guys, first of all, we are going to connect with Microsoft Excel. So search for Excel here. Then select the trigger event as new row in worksheet. Okay, so it will trigger the workflow when a new row is added to an existing sheet. Right, now click on connect button. From here select add new connection, then click on connect with Microsoft Excel. It might bring you to the login window of Microsoft, but I have already logged in, so it will just ask me to provide the required access of my account to be connected. So give the access, just click on accept here and you will be connected with your Excel sheet. Right, so here we are connected and here started asking for the workbook's name. So the name of my workbook is data collection response. Okay, so I'm going to select the same here from this list given here. Search for your name, data collection responses here, select it. Then it will ask for the worksheet's name. So the name of my worksheet is sheet 1. Okay, so it will be auto populated because I have only one sheet like this. Then you can click on save and send test request button to get the test data from your spreadsheet to here in this response section. Okay, so I'm clicking on save and send test request button, and here guys, you can see we have received the data from the second row. Here you can see the row index showing number 2. So this is coming from the second row, demo user. Here you can see dummy user. Dummy user is here in the this is the second row actually. So the second row of the data is captured. This means when you click on save and send test request, the last data that you have added inside your spreadsheet will be captured here as the test data. Now with the help of this data, I'm going to move forward here in the automation. Now guys, we have this action window. So now we want to send this data that we have received to any other application using API by Pabbly feature of Pabbly Connect. So guys, with the help of API by Pabbly module, you can use these action events using the application programming interface of API. So what is API? Guys, API is a way of communication between two different applications. So API is a kind of digital infrastructure by which two different applications can communicate and transfer data between each other. Okay, so here I have used this infrastructure, and here we have these action events available via API. Here we have get option. With the help of get, we can get the data from any other application here in this workflow. Then we have post option. with the help of post option, you can send the data. So I'm using post as an action event, and here it is asking for the endpoint URL. So guys, every API infrastructure has a URL or uniform resource locator on which we can send the data or send a request to get the data. Okay. So here guys, you can enter the endpoint URL of any application available out there. You just have to open the API documentation of any other application, or you can create the API in some applications, and then you have to put that endpoint URL here in this field, and the data that you have received here from Microsoft Excel is going to be sent to this endpoint URL, and this endpoint URL will be embedded to any other application, so the data will be sent to that app. Okay, this is how it works. And the payload type will be selected as JSON only. We have many formats available. Right now I'm selecting JSON. So I do not want to wrap any data, so I make it wrap request no, authentication not required, and here it is asking to add headers or set parameters. So by clicking on set parameters dialog box, this label and value field will appear. So here you can create labels to send this data that you have just received. So here you can see in this response, we have received this row data 0, data 1, data 2, data 3, data 4. These are called the labels. And in these labels, we have these values: the first name, the last name, the email address, and the phone number and the gender. So guys, with the help of these labels, we can send the data. So we need to create the labels here as well. So let's say you want to send some data, not all the data, from Excel to any other application. So you can create those labels. For example, I'm creating here full name label, full name. Okay. Then click here on this plus icon to add another label. Here I am creating the gender label. Okay. So these are the two things that I want to send to any other application. So here in the values field, I am going to map the values I have received here from MS Excel. And to map this values here, you need to map these labels in these fields. Just by clicking on this value field, the previous step will appear here in the drop down, and when you open it right here, you can see the details. So I am mapping full name label here, full name here. Okay, this is the first name, put a space, then map the last name as well, right? And in the gender, map the gender that we have received. So when you map the labels here, what will happen in real time, whenever this workflow is going to run, the labels will be updated according to the new data that you are receiving, and the new data will be sent. Okay. So you have to map this data only once. After that, it will work automatically. Now guys, it is time to put the endpoint URL here. So for showing you the example, I'm going to create a different workflow here inside the Pabbly Connect's dashboard. And here, let me just give the name as test. Okay. And in this workflow, I'm going to use webhook by Pabbly feature here in the trigger to get the endpoint URL. To show you the example, here you can see in the trigger we have this webhook option selected. Okay, so webhook URL is a kind of URL which can be used as a endpoint to transfer the data between different applications. So here I am using Pabbly Connect's webhook URL feature to show you how it works. So guys, I am going to copy this URL and I am going to paste this URL here in this endpoint URL field like this. Okay, and here you can see as I have copied the URL, it started showing waiting for the webhook's response. Here you can read, you can copy the URL and paste it under the section of application you are willing to integrate with. Okay, right, so I have pasted it here, and here it started waiting for the response. Now we can perform a test submission. Test submission means as I'm going to click on save and send test request here, this data will be captured here in this response section. Let me show you. I'm clicking on save and send test request button, and here is the response we got. Status is success, response accepted. Let me show you here in this workflow. Here you can see we got the same data captured here. full name, dummy user, gender, female. Okay, this is how you can transfer the data from your Excel sheet to any other application. Just I have sent it to a different workflow. Okay, similarly you can send this data to a different application using the API by Pabbly feature. Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.